In the spring of 2023, the set of Horizon, an American Saga, Chapter 2 buzzed with anticipation. Kevin Costner, the film's director and star, was deeply immersed in bringing his vision of the American West to life. Among the dedicated crew was Devyn LaBella, a seasoned stunt performer known for her work in Barbie and Yellow Jackets. She was serving as the stunt double for actress Ella Hunt, portraying the character Juliette Chesney. AP News. On May 1st, a challenging scene depicting a sexual assault was filmed. This scene had been meticulously planned, with rehearsals, the presence of an intimacy coordinator, and a closed set to ensure the comfort and safety of all involved. LaBella performed the physically demanding aspects of the scene, adhering to the established protocols. The Times. However, the following day brought an unexpected turn. LaBella was called to set without prior notice of any changes. Unbeknownst to her, Hunt had declined to participate in a newly conceived scene that was not part of the original script. LaBella was instructed to lie down in a wagon, and without rehearsal or warning, actor Roger Ivans was directed to simulate a violent rape scene with her. There was no intimacy coordinator present, and the set was not closed, exposing the scene to the full crew. LaBella later described the experience as traumatic, stating that she was left exposed, unprotected, and deeply betrayed by a system that promised safety and professionalism. She began therapy in June 2023 to address the emotional distress caused by the incident. Her lawsuit alleges that the scene violated SAG-AFTRA protocols, which require 48 hours notice and consent for scenes involving nudity or simulated sex. Additionally, the absence of an intimacy coordinator and the open set were cited as breaches of industry standards. El País. Costner's attorney, Martin Singer, denied the allegations, asserting that LaBella had consented to the scene and exhibited no signs of distress during or after filming. He provided a text message from LaBella to the stunt coordinator expressing gratitude for the experience. Singer also labeled LaBella a serial accuser and claimed that her actions contradicted her current assertions. People.com. The lawsuit seeks damages, a public apology, and mandates for sexual harassment training and the use of intimacy coordinators in future productions. This incident has sparked renewed discussions about safety and consent in the film industry, highlighting the need for stringent adherence to established protocols to protect performers. Los Angeles Times. In the days following the unexpected scene, Devyn LaBella found herself grappling with a whirlwind of emotions. The shock of the incident left her reeling, and she began to experience symptoms of trauma, sleepless nights, anxiety, and sudden bouts of crying. Despite the turmoil, she continued to fulfill her professional obligations on set, maintaining a facade of composure. LaBella's internal struggle was compounded by the reactions of those around her. While some crew members offered quiet support, others seemed oblivious to her distress. The absence of an intimacy coordinator during the scene, a violation of industry protocols, became a focal point of her growing unease. She began to question the safeguards in place, or the lack thereof, that were meant to protect performers like her. Seeking solace, LaBella reached out to trusted colleagues and mentors within the industry. Their responses varied, with some expressing outrage and others advising caution. The fear of professional repercussions loomed large, but the need to address the violation she experienced outweighed her concerns. In June 2023, LaBella initiated therapy to process the trauma. Her sessions revealed the depth of her emotional wounds and the impact on her sense of safety and trust within the industry. The therapeutic journey fortified her resolve to seek accountability and advocate for systemic change. By May 2025, LaBella filed a lawsuit against Kevin Costner and the production companies involved in Horizon, an American Saga, Chapter 2. The suit alleged that she was subjected to an unscripted and non-consensual simulated rape scene, violating union standards and causing lasting emotional distress. The legal action aimed to not only address her personal grievances but also to highlight broader issues of consent and safety in film productions. Business Insider. Costner's legal team, led by attorney Martin Singer, denied the allegations, asserting that LaBella had consented to the scene and exhibited no signs of distress during or after filming. They presented text messages and accounts of her behavior on set as evidence of her purported consent and satisfaction with the production. Singer labeled LaBella a serial accuser, questioning her credibility and motives. The lawsuit garnered significant media attention, sparking debates about the treatment of performers, especially women, in the film industry. Advocates for LaBella emphasized the importance of strict adherence to protocols designed to protect actors during intimate scenes. The case became emblematic of the ongoing struggle for accountability and reform in Hollywood. As the legal proceedings unfolded, LaBella remained steadfast in her pursuit of justice. Her actions inspired other performers to share their experiences, contributing to a broader movement advocating for safer and more respectful working conditions in the entertainment industry. The outcome of the lawsuit held the potential to set a precedent, influencing how future productions approach scenes involving intimacy and consent. In the wake of the traumatic incident on the set of Horizon, An American Saga, Chapter 2, Devyn LaBella's decision to pursue legal action marked the beginning of a complex and high-profile legal battle. On May 27, 2025, she filed a lawsuit in the Superior Court of California, naming Kevin Costner and the production companies involved in the film as defendants. The lawsuit alleged that LaBella was subjected to a violent, unscripted, unscheduled rape scene without her consent, violating industry protocols and causing lasting emotional distress. People.com. The Guardian. LaBella's legal team argued that the scene in question breached SAG-AFTRA protocols, which mandate at least 48 hours notice and prior consent for any scenes involving nudity or simulated sex. Furthermore, the absence of an intimacy coordinator and the open set during filming were cited as violations of industry standards designed to protect performers. Kevin Costner's attorney, Marty Singer, issued a statement vehemently denying the allegations. Singer claimed that LaBella had consented to the scene, providing a thumbs up to her stunt coordinator, and had expressed gratitude in a text message following the shoot. He further labeled LaBella a serial accuser, suggesting that her claims were part of a pattern of unfounded allegations. The Guardian. The lawsuit attracted significant media attention, sparking debates about the treatment of performers in the film industry, especially concerning scenes involving intimacy and sexual violence. Advocates for LaBella emphasized the importance of strict adherence to established protocols to ensure the safety and consent of all performers. As the legal proceedings unfolded, both sides prepared to present their cases. LaBella's team gathered testimonies from crew members and industry experts to support her claims, while Costner's defense focused on discrediting her allegations and highlighting her previous work on the film without complaint. The case underscored the ongoing challenges in Hollywood regarding the enforcement of safety protocols and the protection of performers' rights. The outcome of this legal battle held the potential to set a precedent for how the film industry handles scenes requiring intimate or sensitive content. It also highlighted the need for transparent communication, proper planning, and the presence of qualified professionals to oversee such scenes, ensuring that all performers are treated with respect and dignity. The lawsuit filed by Devyn LaBella against Kevin Costner and the production team of Horizon, An American Saga, Chapter 2 sent shockwaves through Hollywood, prompting a broader examination of industry practices regarding on-set safety and consent. LaBella's allegations of being subjected to an unscripted and non-consensual simulated rape scene without proper protocols highlighted significant lapses in adhering to established guidelines meant to protect performers. AP News. In response to the lawsuit, industry unions and advocacy groups intensified their calls for stricter enforcement of safety measures. SAG-AFTRA reiterated the necessity of providing performers with at least 48 hours notice for scenes involving nudity or simulated sex, as well as the mandatory presence of intimacy coordinators during such scenes. The Guardian. The incident also sparked discussions about the power dynamics on film sets, especially concerning the ability of high-profile directors to override established protocols. Advocates argued that regardless of a director's stature, adherence to safety guidelines should be non-negotiable to ensure a respectful and secure working environment for all cast and crew members. As the legal proceedings progressed, other performers came forward with their own experiences of compromised safety on sets, indicating that LaBella's case was not isolated. These revelations underscored systemic issues within the industry, prompting studios to re-evaluate their policies and training programs related to on-set conduct and performer welfare. In the wake of the controversy, the release of Horizon, An American Saga, Chapter 2 faced delays, and its future became uncertain. The film, which had its world premiere at the Venice International Film Festival in September 2024, was pulled from its scheduled theatrical release following the underperformance of the first installment. The Guardian. LaBella's courage in bringing the issue to light contributed to a broader movement advocating for accountability and reform in Hollywood. Her case served as a catalyst for change, emphasizing the importance of upholding safety standards and ensuring that all performers are treated with dignity and respect. By early 2026, after nearly a year of intense legal proceedings, public outcry, and widespread media coverage, the lawsuit filed by Devyn LaBella against Kevin Costner and the producers of Horizon, an American Saga, Chapter 2 finally reached its conclusion in a Los Angeles courtroom. The courtroom was packed. Journalists, activists, industry insiders, and legal observers all waited with bated breath. LaBella, calm but visibly emotional, sat beside her attorneys as the verdict was read aloud. The court found that there had been a gross failure to uphold industry safety standards and ruled in LaBella's favor on counts of negligence and emotional distress. The court ordered the production company to pay substantial damages, reportedly in the range of $5 million, and issued an injunction requiring all future Costner-led productions to employ certified intimacy coordinators and document actor consent for all intimate scenes. However, the court did not assign personal liability to Kevin Costner himself, citing insufficient evidence that he directly orchestrated the last-minute scene or knowingly disregarded consent protocols. The decision sparked mixed reactions. Some criticized it as letting a powerful figure off the hook, while others considered it a measured balance of justice and responsibility. For LaBella, the ruling marked not only a legal victory, but also a personal and symbolic one. In the weeks that followed, she gave interviews to major networks, not to defame or sensationalize, but to advocate for performer protections, trauma-informed direction, and union accountability. Her story was featured in the New York Times, Variety, and The Hollywood Reporter. Hollywood studios began quietly, but decisively, revamping their production guidelines. Streaming giants like Netflix and Amazon Studios instituted new clauses in all actor contracts requiring the presence of third-party intimacy professionals during any scene involving sexual content. Workshops were created. Union reps were more present on sets, and actors, especially women and stunt performers, began speaking out with less fear. LaBella declined offers for book deals or dramatizations of her story, stating, "I don't want to turn trauma into content. I want to turn it into change." She continued to work in the film industry, not as a stunt double, but as a consultant for safety and ethics on sets. Her presence became symbolic. When she was there, actors felt safer and directors felt watched. As for Horizon, Chapter 2, its legacy became complicated. The film was quietly released on streaming. Far from the box office glory once predicted, Costner remained respected by many but undeniably tarnished. In interviews, he described the situation as a moment I wish had never happened, though he stopped short of an apology. The industry moved on, but not without change. Devyn LaBella's case became a landmark moment, referenced in film schools, union trainings, and HR documents across entertainment sectors. It was a reminder that the camera doesn't stop rolling when the scene ends, and that true professionalism isn't measured in box office returns, but in how people are treated when the lights go down.